Greetings one and all, and welcome back to the Awaken to Ascend YouTube channel. It is a beautiful day out here in Northern California. The weather is stunning. People are outside. This park is full of people. And I think it's pretty cool. People are getting outside and enjoying the springtime type weather. But at the other side of the coin, it's like, man, where were you guys when it was raining, right? I was out here enjoying nature in the rain, walking around, getting soaking wet. But these people need nice weather to come outside, which is kind of like not my jam, right? I think when you embark on a spiritual journey, at some point you start to stop putting power into things outside of yourself. Why does the weather have to be nice in order for me to go outside? I got jackets, I got parkas, right? Anyway, just a thought, just a little rant there. What I want to talk about today is something that I was writing about for my blog on the Awaken to Ascend YouTube channel. Check that out, link in the description, of course. Well, actually, it won't let me link yet, but you can just type it in, Awaken to Ascend with the number 2. But I chose not to have this as a blog. It made more sense as a video, so I'm gonna explain what I was trying to talk about here today and see what you guys think about it. This is a discussion. I love to hear you guys' opinions. I wanna know your thoughts, feelings, attitudes, and all that stuff. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and especially comment. Okay, last week I talked about shadow work and the backpack method, and it got like 9 views. Not 900, 9. I'm under no delusions here. What I'm talking about, the video I made last time, probably the most important thing I've ever said in my life to anybody, right? This is how to heal. This is how to do shadow work. This is step by step. The most important thing I could have possibly done for the human race. It got 9 views, at least at the time I last checked. So I'm under no delusions that what I said in the last video is pretty much the opposite of what the Matrix wants for you. It just flies in the face of everything they're trying to do here. And this is their platform, so of course they're not going to show it to you. Of course you're not going to look for it, so no one saw it. But if you haven't seen the last video I made about shadow work, you got to go watch that, because that is how to do it. That's how to escape this matrix. It's how to raise your vibration to the highest level possible. Why wouldn't you want to know that? But today I want to talk about, okay, so we've done the shadow work. How do we know that it's worked? What a question. How do we know that the shadow work has done anything? We're just wandering around our meditation, we're just wandering around 4D, right? Just moving energy from here to there, but how do we know something has actually happened? So that's what I want to talk about today, is how do you know that your shadow work is working? How do you know that your shadow work? There's a dog pooping right in front of me. How nice. Hey, buddy. Okay, so I think I'm going to talk about 2 ways that you can know that shadow work works. Of course, you can add your way in the comment section. I'd love to hear another way that you've discerned how to ensure that your shadow work is working. So the first way is that your triggers don't get triggered. Anyway, what that means is that we all have these traumas, right? And these traumas are brought up through our triggers. When something upsets our trauma, we get triggered. And we respond with our shadow, with our inner child maybe. But when you do the healing, and you successfully done the healing, your triggers aren't your triggers anymore. They don't exist. They've evaporated, right? Let's say I have some traumas, let's just give an example. Let's say I have some traumas surrounding, I don't like broccoli, all right? The reason I don't like broccoli is because it tastes bad. It feels like you're eating some guy with an afro, the texture of it. It doesn't feel good, right? The real reason I don't like broccoli is from childhood trauma. Let's say my parents forced me to eat it when I didn't want to eat it. And so now as an adult, I don't like broccoli. The sight of it, the sound of it, the smell of it, the taste of it, all of it's bad, right? But let's say I do some healing on that trauma where my parents forced me to eat the broccoli. And that healing was successful. Well, then the next time I see broccoli, I'm not going to have that aversion to it. I might actually eat it, as crazy as that sounds to you. There you go. That trigger's gone. And that's just an innocuous thing. Broccoli, who cares? But this transfers over to everything. From the smallest traumas that you can think of, all the way to the biggest things that are so scary you don't want to look at. That's how powerful this is. So you may have to go back in to see the triggers completely dissolve. Maybe you're less triggered this time, and that means, okay, I'm still a little bit triggered. That means I got to go back. I got to figure out what other aspect of this trauma I have to look at in order to figure it out, in order to heal it. And so that's part of the healing process. But eventually, all your triggers will be gone surrounding that issue. And that's how I know, that's how I've been learning that I've been successful in this endeavor. We did it. That's great. But that's not the only way. I've recently come across a second way that I didn't even know existed before. Oh, yeah. So let me make a statement. The people in your life hold your old frequency. They hold it for you, like a computer. So what I mean by that is the people in our life that surround us on a regular basis, they know us. They know our triggers. They know our fears, our desires, our wants. They know everything about us, right? And because of that, they've been trained in a way to interact with us. So they hold our frequency in the sense that they know how we're going to respond to stuff. Let me give you an example. I was with family last week, and I won't mention who, but a member of my family said something, and they knew that I was not going to like it, and I was not going to respond well, right? They knew, because they know me, right? Because that's how I always respond. So they kind of like said this thing, and they were kind of braced for impact. Right? I could sense maybe they didn't like go like this, but I could feel their energy go like, oh, I said something. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. I didn't say it. I was like, yeah, okay. The reason I didn't say it, the reason I didn't respond the way that he was expecting me to respond, was because I healed that trigger. There it goes, 42 years, how old am I? 41, 42 years of behaving in the same way every single time to the point where people know how I'm going to respond. Gone. In a meditation, just gone. And now I'm a slightly different person. And my family member didn't know how to react. It was like, brace for impact. Oh, okay. Right? So now they're kind of like having to attune to this new frequency. In shock, a lot of them, in shock. So when I say that the people in your life hold your old frequency for you, what I'm saying is that they can be your mirrors. Look at how they respond to you. Look how they expect you to respond. If that's changing, after long periods of always being the same, sorry, I got a phone call. If that's changing, then you're changing. Think about that. If that's changing, you're changing. So the people in our life are mirrors, and they help us to see ourselves, and they help us to see our spiritual progress. Isn't that amazing? Right? I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm a weirdo, but I thought that was pretty cool. Because we're always looking for, explanations. Like, are the things that I'm imagining in my head real? Are they even real? Well, your reality is going to show you a different thing. And it's so cool that, the people in your old reality, the ones who you've programmed to behave a certain way, they now have the option, right? You're helping them because now they see you growing, and now they have the option to grow. They can say, oh, James didn't respond in the usual way. He's much more calm and level-headed and peaceful. Maybe I should be healing. Maybe there's something to this healing stuff. And some people will align with you. Other people will be like, ugh, James didn't respond the way I expect. I don't like that. I like to know what he's going to do. I like to be in control. And those people will fall away out of your reality, and it's no loss. It really isn't. They've taught you what they needed to teach you. You're moving on to the next level, and they can't come. But what also happens as you heal and grow and start to notice your triggers not being triggers anymore is new people will come into your life. People who have no idea that you ever had those triggers. And now they can interact with you on an even basis because your triggers are gone. And they're in your reality because they don't have those triggers. You've leveled up. New people come in, old people fall out. It's amazing how this all works. You know, and then the old people like eventually heal and they come back in, and then the new person stops healing, and it's just musical chairs. That's all it is. So just like musical chairs, you can't predict the outcome. It's just wherever you are when the music stops, that's what you're getting. And so that's kind of how healing works, I guess. Spirituality works. It's just all up to the divine, and we're just going around in circles listening to the music. Okay. Anyway, that's just my perspective on things. I think it's a pretty cool thing. If you have a way to understand if your healing is working, put that in the comment section. I want to know, because I only got 2 ways. I'm sure there's way more ways. I mean, we could ask the tarot, we could do a meditation, ask our higher selves, but these are concrete ways to see that you're having an impact on your life, on your energy, and that of all the other people around you. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope we get more than 9 viewers. That'd be nice. But again, go watch the shadow work video. I know it's repressed. I know it didn't show up in your feeds. I know your probably ego didn't like the title, and so you didn't click on it. That's fine, but you need to go watch that one. If you're gonna watch one video I've ever made, that's the one. That's the only one. It's how to do shadow work. A lot of people don't know. That's my .1 question is, what is shadow work and how do I do it? So I made a video explaining it. So go check that out. And go check out awakentoascend.com, because that's where I put up the blog post. I got a new one about this very place, actually, the Bay Area. Might trigger some people, but I don't care. That's just what I do. That's my job, is to trigger you into healing. All right, that's gonna be it for me. I wanna thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, of course, and see you on the next one. Bye, guys.